Welcome back. In this lesson I'm going to be showing you how to fold this origami tulip. It's a simple tulip. It does use kind of a water bomb base and a blinz base kind of at the same time. Cool design. And in the separate video you can look at how to make the origami stem to put it onto. Okay. To get started you're going to need one of the free use origami papers in my classroom, or if you're anywhere else in the world you can take a regular sheet of paper and take the top edge, fold it down to the side, roll it over until the two sides here are parallel, and then hold it firmly and crease the paper along the diagonal. Then if you cut right here along this line, you'll have two perfect squares, one in my hand and the other one that I'm cutting off, and you can use the second piece for the origami stem and watch that second video about how to make the origami stem. Now that you have a square, you're going to start by folding the bottom edge up to the top edge. And you'll notice that I switched out for a two-sided piece of paper just for the ease of the demonstration to show you both sides of the paper. Okay? Valley fold that crease, open it up, and fold the right hand edge over to the left hand edge so that those sides are parallel, and crease it nicely and open it back up. Now we're going to do what's called a blinz base. You're going to take this corner and fold it in so that it meets up with the center. And if you fold this properly into the center, it should line up right here along the center horizontal and here along the vertical center line. Okay, and you're going to do that on all four sides. Be careful that you do not go over that center line as you continue folding, because you're going to need to use those creases later. You don't want that paper folded over. And our last side for the blinz base. Now this is called a blinz base when you have your paper looking like this. Now you're going to take this and hold it in a diamond shape. You're going to take the bottom corner and fold it up to the top corner like this. So you have a smaller triangle with all of that paper tucked inside. Now we're going to make a water bomb base. I've shown how to make a water bomb base in the past, but what we're going to do is we're going to use a squash fold to make this water bomb base. You're going to fold it straight up like this, and you're going to separate the pieces of paper and take this corner and bend it down so that it meets up with that corner. And then carefully, you might need to use a bone folder to uncrease the paper on the inside, but you want to press this down like that into a diamond shape. Okay, flip your paper over and do the same thing with this corner. Bring it up along that center line, and while holding those pieces of paper firmly, you take this corner and squash it down towards that other corner, and then crease it along those lines firmly. Now we have kind of a blinz base and a water bomb base. It should look something like that on the inside. Now, holding it so that the open part is pointing away from you, you're going to take this corner and fold it in towards the center so it looks like this. It's almost reaching that center line. And you want this little kind of cockeyed right triangle so that this line here is on an angle. You want the other side, take that top flap, and you want that other side to pretty much match, be as symmetrical as possible. So something like that. Crease it, valley fold that really tightly and nicely. And then you want to flip your paper over and follow the same procedure on the back. Taking this corner, folding it towards the center. You can kind of see my other paper back here. I'm going to make sure I line it up so it's exactly parallel and matches perfectly. There we go. And follow the same procedure for this corner. Folding it over so that it's symmetrical. Okay? At that point, you can take this bottom corner here and fold it up to kind of crease it so that there's a valley fold right here. Crease it well, and then uncrease it. Now, what you can do is, if you take it right in here, you can open it up with your fingers by just sticking your finger on the inside and flattening this piece out. The trick here is to make sure that those other little corners don't fold open. You can also blow into it kind of like a water bomb base, because this is basically a water bomb base. You can open it up like that so that you can flatten the bottom out. Like that. Now, if these little corners get out of whack, you can just tuck them back in. And then the trick that's going to hold it together is taking these top flaps and folding them down. That'll also give you the nice looking tulip petals. So it'll be looking like this when you're done. Okay. Now, if you want to make it stick onto the flower stem, you can keep this a little bit pointed down here. Take your scissors and just slice a little teeny hole right at the center of the paper. You can see I have a little hole there. Little hole at the center of the paper, and that is where you can then take your origami stem and slide it up inside of there. And then when it stands up, of course this stem is a little bit on the small side for this huge piece. It can stand in and look something like that when you're finished. Okay, and that's how you complete the origami tulip.